Hi, I'm Thomas Miller, and welcome to the County Close-Up. I'm here with Mayor of New Wilmington, Wendell Wagner, and we're talking about his life at Westminster College, and him becoming a mayor here at New Wilmington. Thanks for joining me.
You're very welcome. Glad to be here, Tom.
First question, I'd like to talk about. Tell me a little about your childhood and where you grew up.
All right. First, I'll give you a little background on the family because we are everywhere here. It's a very, very large. My family. My great-great-great-grandparents arrived here from Liverpool in England on July 22nd of 1829 aboard the Britannia. I have a copy of the manifest actually with them listed there. And they had 8 children here. Those 8 children then had 30 children. So we started out, and this is all in the northern section of Lawrence. It was Mercer County then, but now it's Lawrence County, part of it. And so we are married into every family in this territory, and that's why this is my home. I was born in Fayette, which is about 3 miles from here. Moved to New Wilmington when I was 5, so I go to school here, and graduated from that 12-room school up there in New Wilmington, and have never left town excepting to go to the military for 2 years while I lived, and my wife and I lived outside of Paris. It was a wonderful experience for 2 years, and she taught school for the Army.
Okay. Tell me a little some of the childhood experiences that you remember that are very, very memorial for you.
I think it's the friendships that you develop. I remember when the leaves were coming down, this time of year, we would rake leaves and hop in and out of the piles of leaves. It was low key, very low key. We did have later, we had a movie theater, which was big to us in this little town.
I knew you were a student here at Westminster. What was your major here?
My major was economics and business. I have a BBA, 1955, but I minored in speech and radio and no TV at that stage of the game, and English.
Tell me a little experiences about radio here at Westminster when you were here.
I worked radio. It was in the basement of the library. Very, very low power. You could probably hear it never out of town. I think that was it. But we did a lot of radio work, and then I did a lot of little theater work. Well, of course, number one is the education that I received. I think the caliber of the faculty, it was superb. Then on the other side, fraternity life was really my basis for my social life here. I met my wife at Westminster. KD she was a SIG Cap, but the KDs were right next door, and there's always a great battle between those two. But and she just died in 2005.
Now switching towards the town of New Wilmington, how did you become mayor of New Wilmington?
Well, I've always been involved in politics. It's a known thing in our family that you give service. And my father was I'm founding member of the fire department in New Wilmington, also a New Wilmington borough councilman. And my brother was a borough councilman, my uncle was a borough councilman, I was a borough councilman. And then I moved on after that to become a county commissioner, one of the 3 governing people in the county of Lawrence. After that, I retired, and I always supported Curly McCrum, who was for 28 years was the mayor here, and I always did his petitions and everything for him. And he finally one year said, "Wendell, I think it's time for me to retire," and would I take it? And so I ran that year and have been there. I'm completing my 7th year right now. I will have to run next year if I choose to run.
Okay. Why did you have to become a mayor of New Wilmington? Why did it intrigue you?
Executive work always intrigued me. I'd like to be the head of something. That's like when you were a county commissioner or being as mayor. You have a little authority. At least you can put some of your things into play.
Okay. Final question I have is, what makes New Wilmington such a great town or borough of Lawrence County?
It is a small town and still dates back good many years yet, but yet we're handy, like to Pittsburgh. That's our cultural center. I can be down there to the symphony, to plays. We have all of that here without the big drug traffic. Now, it's not all clean. I mean, we have some problems, but we have the access, and this is kind of a place you can walk at night if you want to without much fear at all. So.
Yep. Well, thanks for joining me, Wendell, for this interview.
I'm happy to do it, Tom.
Well, we've been talking to Wendell Wagner about his life here at Westminster, in New Wilmington, and about Westminster, and about him being a mayor of New Wilmington. Thanks for joining me.